All right, let's see if that gets it going. Once I see that green light, I will know. Hello, everybody. My name is Sean. Welcome to Delver. Today, we're doing something a little bit special. We're going to be making a homebrew D&D 5e map from scratch. And when I say from scratch, I mean I have asked a bunch of individual people, including... Thank you, Michael, for reminding me. A bunch of individual people for very specific questions or answers to specific questions in the form of a Google form. And if you haven't submitted anything yet, feel free to. The link is in the description. You can go down there, submit from there. Let me go ahead and just make sure the stream is in fact working. Got to make sure that's a thing. Once I know. Okay, it is. Let me know if the audio is too loud as well. If it gets too loud at any point. I do have the chat open so I can read that. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, there's many questions we need to answer and ask ourselves right off the bat, which is why... Where is it? One of these tabs. This one. Perfect. So this has a die on it that will allow us to get a bunch of different questions or the specific questions, what their answers are. Because if you come over here, we have a Google form. There are 13 responses, no longer 12. Just gotta do 13. First, we're going to go ahead and answer some questions. Like, number one, what is the name of our world? In order to get the answer to that question, we are going to go ahead and roll out of 13. It's a 13. It's whoever just submitted. So we're going to go to number 13. Now we're going to take the first adjective, terrifying. That is the first name, terrifying. Now we're going to roll one more time. 9. We're going to take their noun, and that will be the name of our world. Terrifying snow. That is the name of our world, Terrifying Snow. And that is how we will base everything going forward. Let me go ahead and... How loud is that audio? How loud is the music? I hope it's not too bad. Let me know if it is. But, what fruits will we use for the general shape? So I'm going to pick 3 fruits from the fruit question. So we are going to take a fruit from 13, 11, and 6. So let's start with 11. A green apple. Green apple. We are going to need 13. A banana. And then we are going to go with 6, who is the final one. I'm just going to actually just... And they want a pear. That's all different items. I'm happy about that. So a green apple, a banana, and a pear. All right, what sets this world apart from other fantasy worlds? We're going to take 3 suggestions here. So let's go ahead and do 13, 4, and 7. So let's do 4 and 7 first. So we have scarcity. That's an interesting thing to set it apart. 4, we have 7. What makes it interesting? I don't know what that word means. Hederaceous? Rare of returning or resembling ivy. Diverse in character or content. So they're just saying, oh, heterogeneous. So they're just saying it's what makes it different is that it is diverse, or that it is different. It might just be like a meme response, but I'm gonna take it. So we have 7, and now we have to go back to 13, who is getting a lot of their ones in for this one. Horrors. What makes this place interesting is that there's scarcity, it's diverse, and there's a lot of horror. What fantasy race is predominant in this world? Okay, let's go ahead and take... Actually, for this one, I'm going to do a summary. Name a fruit. Looks like banana was the only one that was repeated. Okay. Let's take 3 of these races. So we have elves and warforged are the big ones. So we're going to say elves, warforged, and what is the last one? Let's go back to individual responses, and we will hopefully not get one that we already have. Hederaceous. You're right. What is hederaceous? It's not this word. Hold on. I don't get this. Rare or resembling ivy. I'm so confused on this answer. Was it 6 or 7 that had that one? I don't understand this one. I've tried to. It gave me another word that I was like, okay, I'll run with it. I can't figure it out, so I'm just going to pick another one real quick. What sets this world apart from others? It's scarce. There's horrors. Go. Number 9. Space. Space is what makes this interesting. Okay. I think I know what they mean. I think they want me to make like a star system map. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to take this as literal. There's a lot of space between settlements. So there's a lot of wild lands. What else do we have? Warforged and let's get another roll in. 8. Number 8. Turtles. Turtles are the next race that is predominant here. Now, what animal or object has become its own race? Let's get another roll in. Number 5. I don't think we have anyone from, or any suggestions from 5 yet. So, fox. So there's fox people. Fox people. Foxes. Okay. Who is the BBEG of this world? Let's get another roll in. Can't do 5 again. Oh god, it really wants me to do 5. Okay, 10. I don't think we have anything from 10 yet. So let's see. Name a monster from 5e. A goblin. Okay. The BBEG of this world is a goblin. It's probably Boblin. Boblin the goblin. Maybe like overgrown with ivy. That's what I thought. Like there's literal vines. Maybe land in the shape of vines. That's an interesting point. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna have scarcity, horror, space, and vines. I'm gonna just put that in there. We'll have a jungle at some point. All right. Now, what town names are there? We're gonna get 5 suggestions for this one. So we're going to look at 10, 9, 6. I need to write these down. 10, 9, 6. 10, 9, 6. 12. And no, we already have 9. We already have 12. We already have so much from 13. I'm going to make an executive call. Let's do 1 and 2. Oh no, just 1, I guess. Michael, why would you... there's no reason for that word. You could have just said vines and shit. Or you could have said anything. Vines. God damn. Okay. I hate that word so much. So we have a few ones we have to check for. So let's start with 10. Musk Town. Let's see what else. So 10, we have 9. Tormun. It's definitely where the turtles are from. 6. Oh, that's 5. Cloudcroft. It's a good one. That's a really good name. I believe that was 6, right? So now we need 12 and 1. I'm going to go to 1 first since it's right here. Snowflake. I'm pretty sure that's just a town in Arizona. And then 12. Tomato Town. Okay, so we'll have Tomato Town. Can we make Tomato Town ruins? So Tomato Town is wiped out. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna put ruins. Okay, so these are a lot of interesting suggestions. We have them all from here. Let's just go through a summary real quick, see what we could have had. For adjectives, we had blue, bodacious, massive, windy, fantastical, wayfaring, sexy, elemental, burly, rich, bountiful, superfluous, and terrifying. For nouns, we had gazebo, bedroom, root, pillow, fairy, stranger, Hassenpfeffer. Okay, that's Michael's suggestion. Islands, snow, NFT, Corvette, melody, no. I know this is Michael's because it's a word from the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. And he is theater trash, as we like to call it. Is Flavortown? Okay, we'll see that. Banana was the only repeated fruit. We had dragon fruits, eggplants, green apples, lemon, lychee, orange, and then /S. Passion fruit, peach, pear, pineapple, kiwi. In a single word, describe... that was an interesting one. So the second suggestion was a giant pirate ship is at the center, but it's unlike any other pirate ship. It's a space pirate ship, a relic of the future time that crash landed on the world. Single word. Oh, we just got another response too. Men. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Fun words. All right. Okay. Well, we've gotten all of our suggestions. And so what we are going to do now is I'm going to pull all of this over to this screen over here. Where is it? Put it right there, actually. We're going to use these things to go ahead and create our world. Now, how are we going to do that? From the get-go, we need to know what the shape of this world is. So on Google, we're going to get a green apple PNG. Images. That's a big file, but it's a very small. Which one should I get? This one's pretty cool. It's open. It's a. I'm gonna get. Is this? I sure hope it is. Okay, so we're gonna bring this over here. Okay, we have our green apple. Next item on our list is a banana PNG. Let's just grab regular everyday banana. Okay, it's gonna bring me to a whole page. Let's grab this one. That's small. We'll grab this one. Here we go. Okay, we have these two fruits. Now the last one is a pear. We need a pear. Pear PNG. And Doge wasn't chosen to be personified. That would have been in a fantastic race. The Doge race. Here. This looks good. Okay, so we have all of these now. Let me go ahead and jump back here. Close that down. Close that down. All right. Now we have our map. And how I'm going to organize this is I have this kind of right here. And I'm just going to slap it on here. Let's do it like this. Okay. Copy. Paste. I think it'd be cool to like have like a crescent shape over like the major portion of the map, and then maybe have the pear, right? Kind of. Oh, I shouldn't have put it there. Hold on. Ooh, this is gonna be difficult. Hold on. The pear is gonna go here, right? And then really quick, I'm going to remove all of this overlap here. Okay. There we go. This is the basic shape of our world. However, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce all of it there. I'm going to image, flatten, and then I'm going to... Oh, that's wrong. Let me go ahead and just do a white. And, I'll do the actual edits in the thing. But this is the basic shape that we're going to go with. So I'm going to now put this over onto the screen over here. And we're going to start on the basic shape of our world. In case you guys don't know, this is Inkarnate. It's a map making tool that I use. It's absolutely fantastic. But because of the shape we're making, I'm actually going to use its tool here. That kind of gives a little bit of a rigid... That sounds pretty loud. I'm going to bring the music down just a wee bit. Oh, that's completely mute. Come on. Come on. That sounds good enough. Okay, so time to make the basic shape. Let's see. S. So up here we have our main apple, and then it kind of splits down, comes down here, right? And then we also need to capture the stems that it has. So like right here, stem comes out, but then it also connects to that stem there. And then we'll also have this connect, because there's a little stem bit that connects right there. Cool. And then we'll have this kind of jut out down here, and then we can go ahead and subtract with the same tool and kind of work on the basic shape that we kind of lost when we kind of transferred it over. There we go. Let's see. Okay, that's the general shape that we have. Let's go ahead and add the banana now. That kind of starts here. It's going to curve downward to about there. But then we're going to fill out the bulk of it. Look at that. That is a fine banana. Wow. I really outdid myself with that one, not going to lie. And now, because we're on such a good roll, I'm going to go ahead and make the pear. There we go. It's a pear. Okay, we got a pear. We do have to add a few more things to the pear to make it good. I'm actually not going to add too much of a stem on this one, because I do like the idea of this kind of leaf acting more as like a large kind of island that is in the middle of like this channel. But now, since we have all of this, we can go ahead and do the fun part, which is subtract, and just start to kind of mess with it a little bit more. Look at that. Look how island shaped that's becoming. For here, let's go ahead and we're not going to divide it up the middle, but we're going to take out a lot of this kind of like almost like an apple bite, and then kind of make its own thing. I'm going to separate the stem, because I do like the idea of like this like kind of island just north of it. And then I'm going to widen the gap here a little bit, take care of all of this. I'm actually going to switch over to here, just so we can get a little bit cleaner with how we're cleaning this up. Okay. I think we have enough of the pear area. Actually, I'm going to cut it in a little bit here. Ooh, actually, I really liked that little island. Okay. That's the basic shape of the pear. Let's work on the banana. Nah, that's too many islands. There. Then, this is going to be the one that he's got a penis. We gotta clean this one up a fair bit more than the others. Okay, okay, there we go. Let's clean up there. This is too circular, so we're gonna clean it up there. Maybe leave a few island chains out, and then we're gonna cut it. We're gonna reduce it to like almost kind of like Westeros. Like it's gonna have this small gap that you have to use to travel throughout it. However, here we are. Look at our magic world that we are now going to put the beautiful name on. Terrifying Snow. Let's go ahead and jump over to here. Let's use this one. There we go. Terrifying Snow is the wonderful name of our incredible realm. We'll put it there, and then the realm of Terrifying Snow. Move this up. The rest of this, I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be too much talking because I'm going to be working on the realm of Terrifying Snow a fair bit. But yeah, we'll see. Well, let's see. Fill color. Let's make it black, actually. And then no outline. That looks a lot better. The realm of Terrifying Snow. I got a Discord notification. My friend Michael sent a piece of the stream when apparently this right continent looked like Gru. And it very much did. But anyways, the realm of Terrifying Snow. Let's go ahead and get the mountains in first. Because mountains are always a little bit easier to kind of space out, put where you need to put them. Let's see, where are mountains? Oh, they are. Just normal mountains. Let's do 110. Because this is a fairly, we're going to make this a fairly small region, even though it's got a lot of content inside its like boundaries. So what we're going to go ahead and do is let's get a main chain of mountains that kind of reaches up through that area. It kind of separates this area out here. Okay. Now we can add a few fillers. There we go. That's a pretty successful set of mountains. We'll get another chain down here. That just works out a little bit better. And now I can fill that in. Pretty successful set of mountains there. We should put a small chain here too. There. Let's get one chain on this part of the map. I'll just keep that. And then maybe some down here. Okay. And then let's actually up here. Let's put a volcano. Gonna minimize it a bit. Right at the top, there is a little volcano. Perfect. Look at that. We have the general shape of the world. We have our mountains that are going to exist in it. Now what we can go ahead and do is, normally I'd start putting forests. So let's actually just go ahead and do that. But this is snow, so I'm going to only use pine trees. This is like almost like Icewind Dale. This is a purely snow setting that we're dealing with. Let's do 250. Is that a good? It's a pretty good size for her. No random stamps. We're gonna place each of these. So let's go ahead and start with this forest right in the crevice here. Okay. Look at that. We have our first forest already up and coming. Now you might be wondering, like how do I... Why does this like look so strange? I actually use forests fairly sparingly now, because in the old days I would have like huge swaths of land devoted to forest, whereas now I just use bigger trees and then really decide this area is a specific forest, because you can always say like this blank space here, it's not forest. It could be sand, or you could be like, oh, it is forest. I just didn't put forest there because it's not a forest, if that makes sense. Like, the best way I can like think of it is like you might have like a name for like the orchard out back, but that's not compared to like Coconino National Forest. So like these are like the national forests that you'll see, like the bigger all-encompassing areas, and then we can just kind of assume that some of the other areas in between do have trees. But yeah, so that is our first forest complete. Let's go ahead and put a small one down here. It's okay. Fits there. Let's do I feel like this area is going to be the most tree heavy. So I'll put like a small collection of trees right there. Jump back over here. Let's just do this whole area. It's like a little peninsula that's just forest. We could probably even incorporate that into the lore in some way. I'm just kind of spamming it at this point because that would take forever for me to actually put trees where they need to go. So we have that there. Let's put another forest right. Let's do a forest on this little island. I think that's a good idea because then it gives it a little bit more character. It gives us more of a reason to go there if we ever need to like go to a forest. Something like that. And then we'll do like a few trees on that island next to it. Okay. Let's go ahead and add just a few more trees around, and then I think we'll be good. I think that's good. This needs a little bit more distinction, so I'm going to add a forest around this lake. There. Could call the peninsula the Axe Head. Ooh, that's really good. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I hope that's how you spell peninsula. It's not correcting me. So let's go ahead and keep that. We're going to bring it down so it's smaller, but then we're also going to space it out a little bit more. Going to invert it. Ooh, it's got to be a lot smaller. And then we're going to curve it. We can move it out a little bit further. And boom! We now have the Axe Head Peninsula. Brought to you by Nomad Gaia. That's a pretty badass name for that. Let me just fix the curve just a little bit more, because you don't want it too pronounced. You want it to fit with the landscape fairly well. That looks good. I like that. Okay. Well, we have the Axe Head Peninsula already underway. But now that we have the general shape of this map, let's go ahead and start placing cities. Oh, we forgot about what sets this world apart. Scarcity, horrors, space, and vines. So we do need a jungle somewhere. Could put it at the Axe Head, but I kind of like how it looks right now for the Axe Head. Let's make this area over here a jungle. Or he did say vines. What if there's a thing that's causing vines to like spread? I like that idea. We're going to do that idea. But scarcity, there's not a lot of forests. Horrors, let's just say there's a lot of spooky shit. We could probably add some spooky shit on the map too. And then space, everything's going to be pretty spaced out from each other. So we need some of our, our towns. So we have 4 races total. We have 5 towns. One of them is ruins though. So let's go ahead and place Tomato Town. Let's decide where Tomato Town's going to be. Let's see. Here's the ruins. I kind of like it at, let's do 200. There we go. Tomato Town is actually destroyed because of the vines. And so Tomato Town is going right here because that is where I want the vines. Curve, let's just do 0. Spacing, let's keep it together. 0. Okay. And this is Tomato Town ruins. Let's actually make that 2 separate lines. There. Now we have the Tomato Town ruins. Must be the ruins of Tomato Town are overrun by foliage. That's what I'm thinking. So like I'm thinking Tomato Town is where this thing kind of started. And now we're seeing like the results of it. So let's actually line height. Let's bring that down just a little. Not that far. There we go. There we go. So now we have the Tomato Town ruins. We'll get back to that in a minute. I do want to set up the rest of the settlements. So Tomato Town is good. Snowflake is absolutely going to be the most northern city. What race should we have in the most north? Let's do the Warforged because it makes sense for them. Like, you know, it's cold up there. They don't want to... Maybe they like run away from society in some capacity. So let's go ahead and take... Let's say the Warforged. Not only have they fled to some degree, let's say also that they are a much more advanced civilization than even we could comprehend. Let's put them here, actually. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go ahead and give them the beautiful title of Snowflake. Might have to move where they are because I can't see that name for shit. Let's put them up here. Let's actually go ahead. There, that looks a lot better. My lord, a message has just arrived from up north. The Tomato Town has been wiped out. No one survived. How many deaths? Sir, it looks like there are 10 casualties on the board right now. We could send troops, but it would take a fortnight to get there. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we have the vast and wonderful city of Snowflake ready. Cloudcroft. Let's go ahead and do Cloudcroft. I think Cloudcroft would make sense as... Ooh. Let's have Cloudcroft be... Let's have Cloudcroft be the elves. Cloudcroft is going to be in the sky, or at least on a mountain, because duh. So we have Snowflake. Yeah, we have Snowflake. Okay, so next up we have... Let's look at Elven. Let's make it a smaller city. Okay. Let's just do 100. Where do I want it? It has to be spaced out. So let's aim for right here, actually. This is getting difficult. So what I'm actually going to do instead, just because these big things are not working, let's go ahead and do like a simple this for different settlements. So now we can have Snowflake right there. We will put... move up a layer. I'll put it right there, actually. Cloudcroft. Fuck. There we go. Cloudcroft. So now we know Cloudcroft is down there. Snowflake is up there. Let's go ahead and put these other ones on the map. Let's... I don't know how I like the look. Here's what I'll do instead, okay? I'm going to just make the city things much smaller than they have been. Because I think that's the thing that's messing me up the most. Maybe not that small. Let's do 75. That looks good. Look at that. Okay, we got Cloudcroft. Let's put Snowflake over here now. Perfect. Cloudcroft, Snowflake. What is the next one? Tormoon. That is absolutely where the turtles are from. And then we're going to have Musktown be where the fox people are. Okay, let's do Tormoon. Tormoon is going to be in the far west. It's going to be around this area, actually. Right there. Okay. Tormoon. All right, we got Tormoon. Now we just have Musktown. Let's see. We'll put Musktown down here. We'll put it. You know what? Musktown exists, and the Fox people exist because they had to survive. Right? They're going to be like our human equivalent, in the sense of they just have more like modest housing. Not like a huge city or anything like that, but right at the edge of this axe area, we will have their wonderful city of Musktown, where the fox people live. While that's there, though, let's go ahead and make all of these town names a little bit smaller, because I think they're a little too big right now. So it's like you can see them, but like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make it small. Oh! There we go. Okay. I think this is the last one, because Tomato Town was already fairly small. Yeah. So we have the Tomato Town ruins. We have Tormoon, home of the turtles. We have Musktown, home of the fox people. We have Snowflake, home of the Warforged, and Cloudcroft, home of the elves. Tomato Town ravaged by a golden Warforged named Scar. How fun. Okay, so we have all of that. Now the issue is we need to get that main thing in the center over here. We need to kick that into high gear. How do we represent vines? I have some ideas. I just need to find a way to ooh, how about this? There we go. And then we'll do that at the end to show the vines kind of stretching out across the world. But before we get to that, we should also figure out where the BBEG is going to be. Because we do have some areas like in between here that, you know, everything's kind of spaced out still, but we do need some sort of villainous area. This impact area seems pretty good, but I also think this might have some use to it. So what I'm going to say is that I'm just going to add a fort thing over here. Let's put... That should be good. We'll say Bob Lynn's Fortress. The Fortress of Boblin the Goblin. Right there. It fits like a glove. Oh, hold on. Let me actually shrink it so it fits even better. So we have Boblin's Fortress. We know Boblin the Goblin lives next to this volcano. We'll start labeling things in just a bit. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and color in some of these areas. Normally I like to do like a black and white map. But for this one, I think it's smart of us to not do that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to open up our catalog here. I'm going to grab the deepest green I can find. It's probably this one. And I'm going to color in these trees. Perfect. Let's see what else. So, oh, I keep pressing the wrong key. That's why. Okay. We have those areas all greenified. Let's get these ones. Wonderful. Looks pretty good. Do another pass there. Normally I'd go one by one and color these in. But because we are on a fair... just because I just don't want to be here all night. But no, okay, so we have like those green areas. And then we can kind of decide, you know, like the rocky terrain should look a little bit rockier. So let's go ahead and do... let's do parchment gray. But let's bring the opacity down just a little bit. And then we'll start coloring in these mountain ranges a little bit clearer. Come on. Okay, it looks okay. Let's go down here. Start coloring this shit in. Okay, mountains are colored in now. Let's go ahead and do general plains work. So for the most part, I'm fairly certain everything is going to be like plains or like just normal terrain. So we're just gonna go ahead and color in the normal bits as we see fit. It's okay that it kind of overlaps with some of our previous work. So long as we don't make it like super overwhelming. There. Stands out a little bit. I wish we had a darker green. I might go back and redo the tree areas with a darker green later. Just because I feel that it needs it. Yeah, because look at this. It's not even... It's the same color, even if I wasn't tracing over it. So we'll come back and clean those up in just a bit. Make sure I get all those corners. Okay. And then... Okay. Come down here, clean that up. Start doing this. Like, I didn't even touch the axe. Look, it's the same color. So let's go ahead and go to Fantasy Regional HD, because more often than not, you'll find the color you're looking for here. Doesn't look like I'll find it here. Let's just do Fantasy World, see if there's anything there that'll pop up. There we go. That's a perfect one. I hate how unblended that looks. Like, even with the soft... oh, not what I wanted. Control Z. Let's do 31. There we go. That way we can just, like, make it stand out just a little bit more from its surrounding areas without entirely recoloring it. There, it looks better. I won't say it looks good, because it doesn't. But I'm not hand coloring all of these like I would normally do, because that would kill me inside. Not even slowly. It'd be a quick death, but I still don't want to do it. Let's do another Passover. Perfect. Stands on its own. Looks good enough. And then... okay. I think we got the majority of our trees and all that goodness. Let's go ahead and... let's do ocean next, just so we have that squared away. Back to parchment. That's ocean? Okay, let's see what ocean looks like. I don't like that ocean color at all. Ocean. Okay. That's the base one. It's cold here, so we could do like a chillier... no, that just looks completely white. Dark ocean texture. I like it. I don't think it's good for the color design that we currently have. We might just go back to the original, because the original wasn't terrible. Let's just keep the original. And then really quick as well, I almost forgot. We should add some rivers in. So let's start here. Oh, I don't like how that blended. That looks okay. I'll keep that one. Let's do a short one. Let's do a short one that kind of meets up in multiple places. I don't like that. I do like that though. That looks cool. Let's do no. Let's do no. Not on that one. However, we can still get that idea we just had. Yeah, that's perfect. Should Snowflake have one? I don't think so. Let's have one flow. Ooh, that's a perfect gap too. We can have that perfect gap. Have a little river. Ooh, no. It wants to go to the sea the quickest. Let's actually make it come from over there then. Okay. Look at that. Got some rivers going. Ooh, we should put some rivers in the middle area. No, because there's no real mountains for it to go through. Okay, we have our rivers. Let's get a little bit more uniqueness going with this. So the first thing we need to do is add some snow, because this place has a very snow-heavy emphasis. Let's see. Oh, that's the ocean. Okay. Let's do opacity 50. That should be good. So let's say that it starts to pick up snow around that mark. And then there's just snow upwards. Actually, let's bring it down a bit. Boom. And then we can switch over to the heavier snow for the northern bits. Right, so it's kind of dusty, like you have a little bit of snow moving up toward the mountains, but then as you get to the northern part, it gets really snowy. Hi, Goldblade. And then we're going to add some snow to the mountains, just so they don't feel as bare, and it feels kind of snowy, this whole region, because it kind of has to be. And then a little bit more, because they're right there in the center of all that snow. Like that. Look at that. Okay. Pretty good map so far. Let's make some of the areas a little spooky, because it is horror. So let's go with this darker ocean texture. That looks good, because, you know, it's a spooky fort. Make it a little darker there at its main area. And then let's make this area spooky. Make this whole northern area spooky. Put the really spooky at the center. And while we're here, might as well make that island. That way it's kind of like a spooky area right at the center of the map. This is the kind of, this is like one of those aspects of the map that makes everything have this incredible space between it. Like you can't travel from one end to the other without, you know, accidentally trampling over an area that's like kind of spooky-ish. So now that we have that going, let's go ahead and do these vines. So my idea for the vines is we're just going to do the smallest, or yeah, let's see. Oh, well, that wouldn't work. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm just going to keep it. We're going to use these. So from this midpoint, we're gonna okay. We have those vines kind of eking out from there. And now we can kind of, we'll add something in the center of that crater that justifies this. But in the meantime, remember these vines are stretching out. So they're kind of getting to all of these other areas. Slowly infecting, even moving underneath the sea. And even so, what we can do now as well is from these specific ones, we can have other branches starting to, you know, take shape. Cool. Okay. We'll say that this part of the continent hasn't been hit yet, but that gives us just more time to work on the individual ones that are kind of here. Looks good. Doesn't look great. Looks good. Look, it gets the point across, which we're going to now solidify. Why is this happening? Ooh, I have a perfect idea. Wrong one. There we go. There's a massive tree at the center that has... It's slowly spreading these vines. There we go. That looks pretty cool, actually. So, like, these vines are slowly spreading out, kind of crawling their way across the seabed to these different regions. All right. Let's go through what we have so far. So we have the name of the world. It is the realm of terrifying snow. The shapes we used to get the general shape of the landmass was a green apple, a banana, and a pear. The things that set this apart from every other fantasy world is scarcity. There's not a lot of trees. There's not a lot of land either. Horrors. There's this thing at the center of the map that's slowly stretching out, grabbing onto anything it can really do. There is space. There's a lot of space between all of these things. And then vines kind of goes in with the horror thing. These vines that are slowly creeping along. You'll find them just sitting out anywhere. We could actually make it... Ooh, I know exactly what we're going to do. We'll talk about it here in a minute. But then we have the different settlements. We have Musktown for the fox people. We have Tormoon for the turtles. We have Cloudcroft for the elves. We have Snowflake for the Warforged. And we have Tomato Town, which is the ruins of, let's say, humanity. Humanity is the thing that's kind of having to jump to all these different areas and live among different races. The BBEG of the campaign is Boblin the Goblin, who lives in his fortress. That's pretty much all that we have, except for my favorite part about making any map, which is naming stuff. Let's see. Orc stat block in there, not have. Okay. So, let's go ahead and name some stuff. I'm not going to name the continents, because we're just going to call this whole region Terrifying Snow. But let's name these... the things that kind of just need names. So let's do Haunted Forest. Simple name. It's haunted in some way. So, you know, be careful going there. Haunted Forest. Like there. Okay. Let's do... so what I was going to do with this is lights 5e. If I can find... their specific text. Yep. The Golothias Tree. So this is lore that I've used before. That basically there is this tree that spawns what we would call in D&D the blights. So this is the Golothias Tree. Basically a stake that was used to kill Golothias the vampire, planted, turns into a sapling, and then begins to spread out across the world. I think that's the exact... which grew into a tree. The tree released seeds from which the first blights emerge. Yeah. So like these blights are slowly kind of taking over the region, coming all from the Golothias Tree. And maybe Tomato Town is where Golothias or whatever vampire in your setting that's where they lived. That's why it fell first, because it was right next to where the Golothias Tree was planted. But now we have a reason for there being a tree. So we have that. Let's go ahead and name this forest over here. We will name this one the Timberwoods. Just a good name for it. Let's go ahead and do... let's call this like Shimmering Lake. Okay. Let's call this let's just go really basic. Mount Inferno. I like that. We'll make that actually a little bigger too, since it's a little more important than anything else. Mount Inferno. Okay. Let's actually move that out of the thing. Right there. We have Mount Inferno. We have the Shimmering Lake. We have the Haunted Forest. We have the Axehead Peninsula. We'll just call it the Axehead Forest. Let's call this the... What should we call this main area? Or this like this kind of like island chain in the middle. Something that means like to stop something or to like break something up. The Shattered Isle. And we'll add a space to that. Perfect. The Shattered Isle. Let's put it down here, actually. Make it smaller. Perfect. The Shattered Isle. Let's name this lake. Something real simple, like seaside pond. I like lake. Seaside lake. No curve. I'll just put it right there. Okay. We have a few mountain chains that I don't necessarily feel like naming. I don't think it's important. Let's go ahead and do the Lowood. So like the low wood, but it's the Lowood. Let's go ahead and do the Lowood. Okay. I think we're done. Yeah. It was pretty quick. What was it, like an hour long? Made a whole map. So let's go ahead and save it for the first time. Terrifying snow. Good work, guys. That was fun. It's good. It's good practice for me too. Working on like, oh, why is the frame lagging out so much? Oh, because I was saving. Sorry if it lagged there. But yeah, that's a pretty cool map. I think the only thing I would consider adding to it at this point. Let's go ahead and do background. Yeah, we'll do this. Nah, not there. There. Opacity. Let's make it 20. Like something like that. There we go. Add that kind of textured look to it. And then we're going to clean some stuff up. Let's go ahead and do... Or is it grass? No, this is dirt. Okay. Okay, we got all that. Let's go ahead and do grass next and kind of grab all of these areas. There we go. There. Add a little bit of texture to it. Colors are still intact. I'm gonna save again. It might it might lag out the stream. Sorry. And then we're gonna call it there once it loads or once it saves. I'm not gonna talk too much because I want to make sure that the stream doesn't absolutely die while I'm saving. Okay. So we have created the realm of terrifying snow. And I'm going to go ahead and upload this probably to Imgur. Put it in the description below so you guys can download it if you want to use this setting. But yeah, this is just kind of show you guys how map making works. I don't usually use like the pear shapes or I don't use any shapes like that. I usually kind of generate random ones and then clean it up from there. But this was a really cool way to kind of show it off. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it would look this good at the end. For an hour of work, this is pretty fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and download this. Export as an image. Save. Awesome. To show you guys like some of my other work. I'm not going to show you this one because the players might see that one. And they're not supposed to see that one yet. I'll show you this one that I made for somebody a while back. This is back when I was kind of experimenting with brighter colors. Okrenia. And so like this kind of shows like Akros, Amasos. They were using the names and locations from... what's it called? Theros. But they didn't want to use Theros. So we made a map that kind of included these two major continents. One of them that was like kind of a little bit more formed together, and then the other one that's just shattered with like a volcano next to Scophos. There's a place called Blackhold. This one took me a few hours. It's fairly small, but I really like the shape of it. Like I like this whole, like the two separate areas, large sea in the middle. I also like how I put this here in the center. It just kind of like defines it a little bit more. Let's see what else. What do we have? Not showing you that one. I made this one a long time ago. I don't even remember making it. If I remember correctly, though, this was a portion of Sevastopoun, which was the campaign I used for my first session. The Talon Peninsula. If I'm correct, I believe this is where my players initially came, because they found Lilith. They stared it in Lilith. This is, yeah. Because I remember over here is the canyons. Where are the canyons? I know they're here somewhere. And then Amprin is the city that was like attacked in that campaign and taken over by zombies and all that. As you can see, so I actually deleted a bunch of these. But some of these you can make really cool maps with. For example, this one right here. This is one I made a long time ago with Shallowsmith, Drowned Town, Westwatch. This is where the orcs lived. Farmtown, Seawatch. Really simple names. But this is a cool idea for the island where it's like all raised up a level and it kind of pops out on screen, but it took forever to make. Jeez. It took so long. But yeah. We also have... Where's Imbus? Right here. This, you can actually see it... Can you see it on stream? Hold on. Kinda. Right here I have it printed out. But now we can actually look at like the full map itself. Because Imbus is really cool. This is the map that my players had. For the second campaign I did here at college, they started here. And then they went to here. And then they had some adventures here. But then they came all the way over here instantly. Had an adventure in this whole region, and then they went back over here, finished up some stuff here, went north, and did an adventure here. So the crazy thing about this is they have never seen almost any of this part of the map, which is insane because the whole story revolved around Kalos and Relgas at war with one another. But yeah, so like it's cool like having all these different areas like the Yolan Forest, the Grand Woods. Oh god, I love this place. Yeah. Let's see. Is there any others that are worth showing? Sevastopoun, this is the first world that I had for D&D. And you could see like the progression of map making prowess slowly kind of coming up. Because Sevastopoun was the one that I wanted to try making a little bit more realistic without having like, you know, like make it look too like fake. But I mean, looking at it, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Yeah, with the peninsula I was talking about. God, where is that peninsula? I think it's like right here is where I was imagining it. Something like that. But yeah, so yeah, this is like you can see that this is like obviously one of my first maps. This one I don't even talk about. I don't like it at all. Let's see, actually. Michael, if you're still here, you'll remember this one. It looks a little different to, I think, when you guys saw it, because I did go through and fix it up. But this is where I had a campaign with them. They started in Colville. They went up to Trefoil. And then they went to Syodil. And then I think Port Leon. They never went north. They never went east. And that like also like you notice I repeat names a lot. So there's like Sevastopoun. I think this map's name was Kingston. Because I always use Kingston everywhere. Oh, the other thing. So Suon, Ringsworth, those were like the northern territories. And then Shallowsmith, if you remember, that was the other map I showed you guys. But yeah, so we have all those maps. However, we have the newest map here, which is Terrifying Snow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there so you guys can download it if you'd like to. It'll be in the description. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy these kind of like more D&D centric live streams.